I'm Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and I have a very, very, very special guest with me today, Miss Gloria Page with Keller Williams and Zach Taylor. Hello, Miss Gloria.
Hi, how are you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing fantastic. It's Friday. It's a great day. It's been a great week. I feel like it's closing week already. I mean, we had three closings today, and so it's been kind of crazy.
Good for you. That's amazing. I don't know if realtors even know there is a weekend.
There's not. There's
There's
not.
not
I
a
mean,
weekend for real estate agents, no.
I say it's great to be Friday, but that just means we get Saturday and Sunday to work too.
That's
So,
right.
well, hey, let's do this. Obviously, and I'm not afraid to say this. We just met a couple weeks ago, had a great connection, and I wanted to host you on our show. Uh, Tell us, who is Gloria Page?
Gloria Page is a little bit of everything. Of course, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a mama, I'm a Gigi. I was a public school teacher for 18 years and knew 12 more years wasn't going to be possible. So I loved serving the children, and I'm just a people person. So now I'm serving their parents.
Fantastic. So, how long have you been a realtor?
This in August, which is right now, will be 10 solid years. I'll be starting my 11th year this month.
Fantastic. And I say this, I say it a lot because it's very well, it's passionate to me. I can't imagine doing anything else. I
I,
can't.
I can't either. I absolutely love helping people,
Mhm.
and other my friends are, I tell them, I'm like, you need to get into real estate, and they're like, but I can't sell anything. And I'm like, I can't force anyone to buy a house, but I can hold their hand through the whole process and explain things and make it easier. So I'm still a teacher.
What's funny, and I'm glad you said that because for 43 years now, I have made a living, and I hate calling it sales, okay? But I've made a living by
Service.
selling, okay? But I don't think what we do is sales. Even when I was a completely different line of work, it wasn't about the sales, it was about consulting, okay? Because you said something very, very key. You can't make me buy a house. You,
Correct.
you can't. I mean, we're going to find, and Sherry and I have owned 11 homes in 43 years of marriage. Um, and she says, I'm going to die in this one. I don't know if that's a threat. We may see that on 2020 one day. Um, but we've always had our list of what we wanted, and it was a feeling. And I don't know if that's accurate, but I mean, it was a feeling. The house that we're in now, it was in a different time, 8, 9 years ago. We drove by it for 8 months, and it
Wow.
it was a brand new home. It was empty, so it's a little different. Um, but it took us 8 months to make the decision. We don't have that kind of time now, obviously. Um, but you couldn't talk me into buying it. Nobody could. So I don't think what we do is sales. I think what we do is give great advice and to help people marry their homes.
And they do need to marry their home, because when I show homes and people are a little wishy washy, I'm like, this isn't it. I want you, I want you to walk in the door and it be the one. And if
Yeah.
we have to see 40 houses, then we see 40 houses. But eventually, like the house I purchased 3 years ago, I opened the door because I was going to do a video for someone in California, and all I did was open the door, and I knew I was home. And I
Right.
went, I went home and started packing. You sometimes you just know, and I'll hold your hand through the whole process.
Mhm. So let me ask you. Here's the hardest thing I want to ask you. Okay. You've been at this 10 years. Okay. So you're not a newbie. You
No,
you know what you're doing. You've got a great database. There's what 2,500, 3,000 agents in our area,
yes, sir.
right? Okay. What makes you different? Okay. Why should somebody call Gloria Page?
I know a lot of people have the idea that realtors are just in it for the money. But like I said earlier, I was a teacher,
Mhm.
and I love being with people. And I would hate for someone to feel like they're pressured. I had a realtor at one time that every house there was just a little bit of pressure, this is the one, and everybody knows if it's not the one, and I'm not a pressure person. But if you do want that house, I will do everything I can to make
Right.
sure you have it. That's where the pressure comes in. The only time you'll ever think I'm pressure, because time is of the essence. You know, there's a saying that what you sleep on tonight is being bought by someone who slept on it last night.
That's right.
So you can't wait a week in this market and go, well, like I had one client, he said, I want a condo, I want on this side of the street, I want in this part of town. And I said, aren't we standing in that? And it was the very first one we looked at. And he said, yeah, this is exactly what I want, but I don't want to buy the first thing I see. I said, well, we can go look at 40 more if you want, but this will be gone.
Right.
And so we bought the very first one. It checked all his boxes. It was exactly what he wanted. So I will never push you into something that I don't think you're ready for. But when you get ready in this market, we do have to push forward.
That is so strong. And it's so, because if we think about it this way, and I think about it this way every day, because if the day that it becomes about the money is the day, the start of the end. Okay. It is, to me, if it's right now, it'll be right next month. It'll be right 6 months from now. It'll be right a year from now. Uh, to me, it's not about pressure. If somebody's pressuring me, I'm walking away.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And I knew from that realtor that I worked with, I'm like, because I was still a teacher then.
Mhm.
But when I became a realtor, I wanted to make sure I was not like that person.
Very good.
So,
Love
at, if you like it, we will go full speed ahead. But if you're going to be wishy washy, then this is not for you. Let's go look at another one.
It's too big a decision.
It's
It's too big a
huge.
decision. So the next question for you, okay? And like I said, we just met. What's important to you? What in your mind, the relationship with a realtor and a lender? Why is that important to you?
So when I first started, I worked with a lender for about 3 years.
Mhm.
And with that particular lender, we lost 3 deals. And I don't know if she put the file at the bottom, or, an extension after an extension, and oh, we've got to get this at the last minute. All the ducks have to be in a row to make it easy for the client. This should not be super stressful. This should be an exciting time. They're getting a house. And if you don't pick the right lender, it can fall apart at the end, or there can be extensions and then it fall apart. No, a lender needs to be your best friend and the realtor
Right.
during this process, because we are a team.
That's right.
We are a team, and to get to the Super Bowl, we have to all work together.
That's it. And what's so strong about that? Okay. And you said it, this is a high pressure time, a 30, 40-day pressure. Most of the time it's
Correct.
under 30 days, but it's so, we found the house. Now we got to start getting all the financing. We're waiting for inspections. We're waiting for appraisals. We're waiting for underwriting. We're waiting. And it seems like we're always coming back asking for more information. But here's the key: the relationship that a lender and a realtor have. Okay, it's so important because we can add fuel to that fire, or we can be the calming effect. All right, and it's our job to manage the emotions through this process. uh, I'll give you some facts. I hadn't told you this yet. Okay,
Okay.
well, in the last 13 years I've closed over 3,000 transactions.
Wow.
Okay, I've only had 2 loans ever turned down in underwriting, ever. Okay, and both of those were over 10 years ago. I've not had one since I've been in Element now for almost 8 years. There's a right way to do this business, and it's about getting everything up front and making sure it's right, and
Absolutely.
taking care of business. Because the worst thing that can happen is pay for an appraisal, pay for inspection, start packing. The sellers start packing. That sale is probably going on to the next buy for them. And
Absolutely.
for it to get turned down a week, a day, 3 days, and we both have heard those stories forever. I think it ought to be against the law. I think people ought to lose their license. That's how strongly I feel about it. So we have so much to talk about. Okay, and the next time we do this, we're gonna premiere a house
Okay.
that you have. But I first wanted to get to know you. I wanted our fans to get to know you. What's the best way to reach out to you?
Call me. I would love to speak to you on the phone or text me. My number is 423-883-6407. 423-883-6407. And if I don't answer, I'm probably with a client and I like to give them my 100%.
That's
So
right.
just text me, and as soon as I am wrapping things up, I promise I will call you back.
Fantastic.
And that's one thing with not being with a big team. You always get me.
That's
You
right.
get me or they get you.
There you go. Well, I'm Kevin Blair with the Kevin Blair team at Element Home Loans. My website is kevinblairteam.com. My phone number is 423-488-7571. If you like this kind of information, hit subscribe, share it to a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Gloria, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank
I,
you, Kevin.
I can't wait to do this again.
Absolutely.
All
Until
right.
next time, thank you.